Coloradans will vote on Proposition HH this November to address large increases in their property taxes. HH cuts taxes in a responsible way while also preserving funding for the critical government services that rely on property tax revenue, like our schools. So how do property taxes work? You don't pay property taxes on the entire value of your home, only on the assessed value. So you first multiply your home value by the residential assessment rate. Then, your assessed value is multiplied by mills. You pay mills to your school district, city, county, and special districts like your library or fire protection district. HH cuts property taxes by lowering that assessment rate on property. A yes vote on HH would lower that assessment rate to 6.7% for the next 10 years. HH also exempts a portion of the market value of your home from property taxes. It would exempt $50,000 of market value in the first year and $40,000 of value for the next 9 years. There's also another provision in HH that could cause local governments to lower their mills. Under Proposition HH, many local governments could not collect property tax revenue above the amount they collected in the previous year plus inflation. To keep the extra revenue, the local government must hold a public meeting and adopt a resolution. Otherwise, the mill levy or tax rate will fall. School districts and home rule districts are not subject to this limit. A $560,000 home in Colorado with a mill levy of 80, whose mills fall to 75, would see their property taxes fall by $387 in 2023 and $514 in 2024 because of these provisions. Each homeowner's savings under Proposition HH will depend on where they live, the value of their house, how much their home value has gone up, and how much their local taxing districts reduce rates under the new cap on growth in collections. HH cuts property tax on non-residential property as well. Okay, but if we cut property taxes, doesn't that take away funding for my schools and fire protection districts? That's where the other part of HH comes in. HH provides additional funding for schools and reimbursements to local governments who lose property tax revenue by allowing the state to retain additional revenue that would otherwise be refunded in Tabor rebates. Currently, the amount of taxes and fees the state collects is limited by a cap. That cap grows by inflation plus population growth each year. HH would establish a new cap that grows by inflation plus population plus an extra 1% each year. As the 1% increase in the HH cap continues over time, it allows the state to retain more revenue. Most of the extra revenue goes to schools, but some of it funds the reimbursements to local governments, and a small portion goes to rental assistance. But wait, there's even a little more. In addition to the property tax savings, most Colorado tax filers will see an increase in their Tabor rebate if HH passes next year. 62% of tax filers, those making less than $99,000 a year, will see a higher Tabor rebate for tax year 2023. If Proposition HH passes, all taxpayers will get $898 in Tabor refunds for 2023. It also creates a similar property tax cut for people who are 65 years and older who lost their homestead exemption because they switched primary residences. Currently, seniors must live 10 years in that new house before they get the tax break, which is about $600 on average. If HH passes, they'd qualify without the 10-year wait. Proposition HH is a common-sense way to deliver property tax relief while also protecting schools. This video is brought to you by the Colorado Fiscal Institute.